you being a fan of this thing called steampunk. What is that?
Steampunk is Victorian science fiction. Jules Verne, Edgar Rice Burroughs, H.G. Wells, that Victorian style juxtaposed against science fiction. You know, steam-powered airships, you know, cogs, machines, clockwork men, all that kind of stuff. The Wild Wild West is a great example of steampunk. And we found that all the elements that we were interested in came together in that you know, genre. So we threw together a steampunk idea in about 15 minutes and immediately started talking about actually doing it. Greg writes a script, usually a chapter at a time, and sends it to me. I then pencil it and ink it and put it on the computer and letter it and color it. At that point, I send that file by email to our computer guy, who uploads it on the site, and then it appears. One of the things that makes webcomics work is creating a habit in the audience. And if you do it twice a week, they're more likely to pick up the habit than if you only do it once a week. Also, we can post more story that way and drive the narrative a little quicker and give them more candy, you know, give them more to look at. One of the things we really wanted to do is surprise the reader every chapter. And, you know, it's like, okay, it's this pirate thing in the first chapter, and suddenly in the second chapter it's a Western, and then in the third chapter it becomes Gothic horror, and it's all one story, though. It just flows that way from one genre to another with a connecting framework. Greg is the first major comics talent to actually do a webcomic. And there are a lot of writers in the business watching what he does and seeing if this works. And if he can make a living doing this, there's no reason I can't do this. So, yeah, it could be the future. We've talked to other people who do webcomics and basically asked them, how do you guys make money off this? And what they've told us is you get enough content and you package it as a book and you sell it through the website, and that's how you make your money. So yeah, I had planned from the beginning to you know, end up as a magazine, and so designed. I mean, if you look at the pages, the screens we call them, there'll be like 2 panels in there, or 3. If you stack those 2 panels on top of 2 other panels, or 3 panels, you've got a 5-panel page. It was from the beginning designed to work both on the screen and in a magazine. What we're doing now is basically promotion for that book. You know, we're giving people the story, but we get letters all the time from people saying, when are you going to collect it as a book? Now, they're getting something for free that they want to pay for 6 months down the road in a book, which I find fascinating. What is that? The title is Lady Saber and the Pirates of the Ineffable Aether.
Well, let's not pass up an opportunity to let the viewers know what the URL is. Okay. How can they find it?
It is, and this is tricky, it is www.ineffableaether.com. Now, ether is spelled in the Victorian manner, A-E-T-H-E-R. Ineffable Aether, all one word, .com. Or you can do a word search for Lady Saber, and you'll either get a rock band from England or you'll get us.
So another thing I really admired about the site is that you actually you have your illustrated drawings, and then underneath it you include the script, which I don't think I've ever seen that in a comics format before.
No, that was Greg's idea.
Okay.
And people love that. They love to see the progression from words to pictures. I think it's been probably the single most positive thing that we did with the strip is to include the script too, because people never get to see that. And it's interesting also that they can see the changes that I make from words to pictures, because I have great leeway when working with Greg to do that. I think the key component to our collaboration is trust. I know what he's going to do. I trust him implicitly, and the same him to me. What Greg and I have found in a very short time is that you get rid of all the garbage that keep comics from being what they can be. When the creator is the person calling the shots and not looking at market research and demographics and not trying to please a corporate boss and not trying to do something based on a movie that's coming out or a toy that's being made, then the types of comics that are done are going to expand wildly.
Rick, thank you very much for a day I will never forget. Thank you.
I hope it turns out all right. Hope you got enough there to...